What if the foods you've been told were healthy? Your whole life are actually working against you, especially after you hit 60. What if they're slowly draining your strength, worsening your energy, and making your body more vulnerable to disease? You might be shocked to discover that some of the most recommended items in your kitchen could be doing more harm than good. How can a bowl of cereal, a glass of juice, or even that morning slice of whole wheat toast be secretly robbing your health, bit by bit, every single day? If you've ever felt like your body just isn't bouncing back the way it used to, if you've noticed a dip in your energy, strength, or even your mood, what if it's not aging, but the foods you trust that are to blame? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 8 healthy foods could be making you weaker, and more importantly, how to reclaim your vitality by making some simple changes starting today. Before we dive in, take 1 second to hit subscribe. That way, you'll always be the first to know when new life-changing health content drops. Let's begin. There's a very subtle shift that begins to happen when we cross 60. You don't notice it all at once. It starts with feeling just a little more tired after meals, needing a bit longer to recover after a walk, or maybe forgetting a word or two. It's easy to chalk it up to aging, but here's the truth most people never hear. Aging isn't the enemy. Inflammation is. And what fuels that inflammation more than anything? It's the very foods we think are doing us good. That's the trap. The first major offender masquerades as a classic heart-healthy staple. Multi-grain bread. Sounds harmless, even beneficial, right? It's got multi and grain right in the name. But most multi-grain breads are just white bread in disguise. Refined grains with a sprinkle of fiber and a glossy health label. They spike your blood sugar almost as fast as pure sugar. And when blood sugar spikes, insulin follows. Over time, this repeated pattern builds insulin resistance, a core driver of inflammation, fatigue, weight gain, and cognitive decline. And here's the kicker. After 60, your body becomes significantly more sensitive to these sugar and insulin fluctuations. What used to be manageable in your 30s or 40s now becomes the fuel that feeds disease. You might be wondering, isn't the fiber in whole grains supposed to help? Not exactly. The type of fiber in these processed grains is minimal. A slice of whole wheat bread might have 2 grams of fiber, but nearly all of it is insoluble, meaning your gut bacteria can't use it. It doesn't help your microbiome, doesn't slow digestion enough to blunt the sugar hit, and worse, it often comes packed with gluten, a common irritant that can cause low-grade inflammation in the gut. And when your gut is inflamed, your immune system is constantly on edge. This low-grade fire doesn't cause dramatic symptoms right away, but over time it contributes to weakness, brain fog, joint pain, and that slowing down we blame on getting older. The real culprit might be sitting in your toaster right now. So what's a better alternative? Think color, think crunch, think freshness, think vegetables like leafy greens, avocados, or cruciferous powerhouses like broccoli and cauliflower. These provide soluble fiber, the kind that feeds your gut bacteria and cools inflammation. A simple swap at breakfast, maybe eggs with spinach instead of toast, could lower your blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and set you up with stable energy all morning. But let's move to another surprise. Fruit juice, orange juice, apple juice, even the ones labeled no sugar added. They sound refreshing, nutritious, like something a good parent or grandparent would drink with breakfast. But here's the problem. Juice removes the fiber that slows down sugar absorption. You're left with a concentrated sugar shot that enters your bloodstream faster than soda. In fact, the glycemic index of apple juice is higher than Coca-Cola. Now, why does this matter more after 60? Because your insulin sensitivity, naturally, declines with age. Your pancreas has to work harder to pump out enough insulin, and your cells respond less efficiently. This means that even moderate sugar intake can lead to higher average blood sugar levels. Over time, this can lead to prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and accelerated aging of the brain and arteries. And if you think natural sugar is safer, think again. Fructose, the main sugar in fruit juice, is processed in your liver, where it's rapidly turned into fat. That fat can accumulate in your liver, contributing to something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. a condition now affecting over 40% of adults over 60. You don't have to feel sick to have it. In fact, many people don't know they have fatty liver until it's already caused metabolic changes that make weight loss harder, energy lower, and inflammation higher. So what do you drink instead? Try filtered water with a splash of lemon, or herbal teas that actually support liver detox and hydration. Your body and your liver will thank you. Now here's one you probably won't see coming. Low-fat yogurt. Yes, the one with the friendly label promising gut health, calcium, and probiotics. But behind that friendly image is a food that's often packed with hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, and stabilizers that wreak havoc on your microbiome. Some flavored yogurts have more sugar per serving than a donut. Worse still, the low-fat versions strip out the very fats that help slow down sugar absorption and nourish your brain. Your brain is made of fat. Your hormones are built on fat. When you take fat out and replace it with sugar, you're not doing your body a favor. You're starving it of what it needs while overloading it with what it doesn't. But it's not just about the sugar. Many people over 60 struggle with digestive issues, and artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, common in diet yogurts, can disrupt the balance of your gut bacteria. This can weaken immunity, increase bloating, and even impair insulin function. The very yogurt meant to help your gut may be harming it. What can you do instead? Go for plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. Add your own toppings, berries, cinnamon, chia seeds. That way you get the probiotics, the protein, the healthy fat without the sugar landmine. And trust me, once your taste buds reset, you'll appreciate the rich, clean flavor without all the sweet distractions. Next, let's talk about a food that often appears on superfood lists, but carries a hidden danger after 60, soy. In its whole form, edamame, fermented tempeh, it can be beneficial for some. But the problem lies in the ultra-processed soy found in protein bars, meat substitutes, and energy shakes. These are often packed with isolated soy protein, which behaves very differently in your body. They contain high levels of phytoestrogens, plant compounds that mimic estrogen, and for men and women over 60, this hormonal interference can throw your body off balance. Estrogen plays a crucial role in both men and women, but too much or too little can affect bone health, energy, mood, and even cancer risk. And the body's ability to metabolize these compounds declines with age, especially if your liver is under stress from medications, poor diet, or environmental toxins. So, a daily, healthy protein shake might be quietly shifting your hormonal balance in ways that leave you feeling more fatigued, more anxious, or more prone to storing fat around the belly. Instead of soy-based bars or shakes, get your protein from eggs, wild-caught fish, or even pea or hemp protein if you prefer plant-based sources. Your body will use it more efficiently, and your hormones will stay in better balance. So far, we've only scratched the surface, and there are still 4 more surprising foods that may be sabotaging your strength, focus, and resilience every single day. If you're over 50 and your joints ache when you get out of bed, go upstairs, or just try to enjoy a walk. It's not your age, and it's not your fault. The real issue? Your body's running out of a natural substance that cushions your joints like a shock absorber. And most supplements out there, glucosamine, collagen, all of it don't fix this. But now, researchers have discovered a breakthrough that can actually restore what your joints are missing. And people in their 60s, 70s, even 80s are seeing real relief. If you're feeling stiff, sore, or weaker lately, stop guessing. Check the link in the pinned comment now. Here's where things really start to get interesting, because the next food we need to talk about is one that's sitting in millions of American kitchens right now. You've been told it's a healthy option, maybe even a better choice than butter. It spreads easily, cooks fast, and comes with heart-friendly promises right on the label. But the truth is, margarine and most vegetable oil-based spreads could be doing exactly the opposite of what you're hoping for, especially after 60. These products are loaded with refined seed oils, like soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, and these oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6s aren't bad by nature. We need some. But the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 is everything. Our ancestors consumed these fats in about a 1.1 ratio. Today, the average American consumes a ratio closer to 21, heavily skewed toward omega-6. And this imbalance is one of the biggest hidden drivers of chronic inflammation in the body. Why does this matter as we age? Because chronic inflammation is the root of nearly every degenerative condition you fear: heart disease, arthritis, Alzheimer's, and muscle wasting. As your body gets older, it becomes less efficient at fighting inflammation on its own. So anything in your daily diet that fans those flames is working against you. Every spoonful of margarine, every drizzle of canola oil on your salad, every sautéed veggie cooked in soybean oil, it's not neutral, it's potentially harmful. And what's even more concerning is how these oils are made. They're often extracted with heat and chemicals, including solvents like hexane, which strip away any natural antioxidants and create unstable compounds. When you eat these unstable oils, your body doesn't just store them, it builds your very cells with them. That means your cells become more fragile, more prone to oxidative stress, and less effective at doing their jobs. Over time, this weakens everything from your immune system to your cognitive clarity. So what should you use instead? Go back to basics: real butter, ghee, extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil. These fats are stable, nourishing, and metabolically friendly. Your body knows what to do with them. Your brain thrives on them, and they actually help reduce inflammation when used wisely. Now let's look at a breakfast classic: cereal. Yes, even the ones with the heart-healthy labels. Whether it's flakes, puffs, or clusters, these processed grains are among the most misleading foods you can buy. After 60, your metabolism slows, your insulin sensitivity drops, and your ability to recover from blood sugar spikes weakens. Yet most cereals, even the ones that look natural, are sugar bombs in disguise. You might think you're making a smart choice by picking something with whole grains or a touch of honey, but your body doesn't care what the box says. It reacts to what's inside, and what's inside is usually a combination of fast-digesting starches, hidden sugars, and synthetic vitamins that don't absorb well. The moment you eat them, your blood sugar shoots up, insulin follows, and then a few hours later, your energy crashes, and your body craves more sugar to bring it back up. It's a vicious cycle that leaves you tired, foggy, and hungry again before lunch. And if you think fiber cereals are the answer, let's take a closer look. Many of these use added fiber in the form of isolated compounds that may not provide the same benefits as real food fiber from fruits and vegetables. They don't feed your gut bacteria the same way. They don't stabilize your blood sugar the same way. And often they're paired with sweeteners and flavorings that only make the situation worse. So what's the better way to start your day? Consider a protein-rich, blood sugar-friendly breakfast. Eggs with sautéed greens, a chia pudding made with unsweetened almond milk and berries, or even leftovers from last night's dinner if you're open to it. The goal is to stabilize energy, reduce inflammation, and fuel your brain and muscles without triggering that insulin roller coaster. Now let's talk about a food group that's often given a free pass: deli meats. Turkey, ham, roast beef, they seem like clean sources of protein, especially when you're trying to eat light. But here's what most people miss. These meats are heavily processed, and in that processing, they often gain ingredients that are quietly damaging your health every day. Sodium nitrates, phosphates, artificial preservatives, added sugars, they're all part of the package. After 60, your kidneys, liver, and cardiovascular system are more vulnerable. These added chemicals create more work for your detox systems, and over time, they accumulate damage. Nitrates, in particular, have been linked to increased oxidative stress and have even been implicated in certain types of cancer when consumed regularly over time. Then there's the sodium issue. Most of us already get too much salt, not from the salt shaker, but from hidden sources like these. When your body is flooded with excess sodium, your blood pressure can rise. And if you're over 60, your arteries may already be less elastic. That extra pressure can strain your heart and even damage your eyes and kidneys over time. But perhaps the most subtle danger is how these meats interfere with your microbiome. Preservatives used in processed meats can disturb the delicate balance of your gut bacteria, the very system that governs your immune function, mood, digestion, and even weight control. You may not notice a change overnight, but over months and years, this adds up. You feel a little more sluggish, a little more achy, a little less sharp. That's the silent cost. If you want to keep enjoying meats, Go for unprocessed cuts. Grill a chicken breast. Roast a turkey leg. Choose wild-caught fish or grass-fed beef. If you can't give up deli meat entirely, find nitrate-free, sugar-free versions from trustworthy brands and use them sparingly. Now, this next one might surprise you the most. It's plant-based, it's trendy, and it's marketed as the ultimate protein for the health-conscious. But if you're relying heavily on plant-based meat alternatives, the frozen burgers, the soy crumbles, the chicken nuggets, thinking they're better for your body, think again. These foods are ultra-processed. They're full of additives, isolated proteins, industrial oils, and chemical flavorings. And while they may resemble meat in texture, they're far from the real thing nutritionally. Here's why this is especially problematic after 60. Your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and utilizing protein. That means you need more high-quality protein to maintain muscle mass, not less. These plant-based meats often contain proteins that are less bioavailable, meaning your body doesn't use them as efficiently. So you may think you're getting 20 grams of protein, but your muscles only get a fraction of that. Muscle loss, or sarcopenia, is a major contributor to weakness, falls, and loss of independence as we age. If your protein sources aren't supporting muscle maintenance, you're putting yourself at risk, slowly, silently, and dangerously. The better option? Whole plant foods like beans and lentils, paired with real animal protein sources if your diet allows. If you're vegetarian or vegan, make sure you're diversifying your protein sources and combining them wisely. And always aim for foods with minimal processing and no artificial fillers. So now that you've heard all 8, you might be wondering, what do I do with this information? Here's the truth. No single meal will make or break your health, but your daily choices, the things you eat without thinking twice, those create your future, your strength, your clarity, your freedom. And now that you know which foods may be undermining your health, even if they're marketed as healthy, you have a rare opportunity. You can take control. You can simplify. You can fuel your body with the foods that truly support vitality after 60. Every swap matters. Every step counts. And if you're ready to learn which foods can actually restore your strength, protect your heart, and help you thrive with every passing year, watch the next video on screen right now. You won't believe how simple the solution really is.